listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Catalina After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Catalina After Show.
Hello, hello, AfterBuzz TV fans. Thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday night, our favorite night.
Woohoo. Yes.
I'm Jessica King. Tweet at me on Twitter right now at I am Jessica King. And my wonderful co-host.
Hey world, I am Jason J. Carter. You can find me on Twitter at JJCForever. Tweet me now, tweet me now. I'm always online, always on my phone. It's kind of a sickness if you ask me.
It is a sickness.
You are, I've noticed.
He is always tweeting, and you can find me at Carmela Mondello. And I also just wanted to give a shout out to my buddy, Alex Scherzer. He passed away last week. I'm thinking about you, buddy, and your family's in my thoughts and prayers.
We are all thinking about the Scherzers.
Yes.
Wait. Before we have to also give a shout out to Kaori.
Yeah.
Did we forget we had another
We
host?
miss her. Our fourth co-host. Hurry up and join us.
Yes, you can follow her at KAOUIROUS. Kaorius on Twitter.
Kaorius.
She is. She is.
All right, well, I guess let's jump right in. First off, Bing is for doing. And tonight we're doing another episode of The Catalina Smackdown, Season 1, Episode 5. Actually, I'm really sad. We just all learned today that there's only one more episode left.
It's like we got canceled.
Yeah.
We all got the pink slip.
It did not get canceled.
So I think that eliminates all my
finale.
news and gossip for today because it was all about the ratings. And so we're just going to skip that part.
Hang on. Did it really get canceled?
No. There's
It's a finale,
it was,
right?
Yeah, it was a mid-season, like six seasons. I mean,
And
6
actually, I did notice on Twitter that all of the cast members are rallying
For
season two.
I saw that.
So for all of you AfterBuzz fans out there who just love the show and can't deal without it, I think it's Pound the Catalina Season 2. I'm sorry, hashtag.
Hashtag.
Pound Catalina Season 2.
Hashtag.
But you know, some people don't know what a hashtag
I mean,
is.
I'm old school. It's a pound.
It's a pound. It's a pound.
Pound it.
Pound. All right, guys. So let's how are you what are you thinking of this series?
The series or the show this
because
week?
now that we're getting close to the end, and we're what, in the 5th episode now. I know we started off with mixed emotions, but we haven't really had a chance to talk about, how things have gone since the past 5 weeks.
Well, starting with episode 1, I was unsure of how it was going to go, and I was like, we have to do a whole season of this. I don't know how I felt about that, but episode 5, I'm into it, guys. I like it.
Me. Sorry, I'm a little flustered.
Clear
right
the
now.
throat.
Oh my God, it's so
Let
much.
me clear my throat.
No, but really, tonight was. I wish the magnitude of tonight's episode would have been there from the beginning,
Me
or at
too.
least like 50% of
Me
it,
too.
because now the cast members are so endearing. We've got to know them. I think the WB should have started off using that tactic.
CW.
Yeah, same.
WB.
UPN. Same network. But no, they should have started off using that same kind of like really win from the get-go, because I have to, come on, y'all. The first 2 episodes, we were like, what did we sign up for?
Yeah.
Right?
And tonight was like, there was some really heavy topics. It was pretty
Which I was
intense.
really excited about. I'm so relieved to finally have a storyline, something that I could follow. We'll get into all of the different storylines today, but there was actually some drama, and that's one thing that this season has been missing, and we've discussed a little bit that there's not been enough drama, and everyone loves drama.
Totally, and there was drama, but tonight was legitimate drama,
Yeah.
like Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, like no,
Totally.
no way kind of drama.
So let's get into it. Stephanie, she has to lay the Smackdown quite a few times today. We actually finally see her thrown into that general manager role, and she's, you know, being the authoritative figure, whatever.
We get what you're saying.
You feel me? And so she has to kind of reprimand a few of the employees. First off, Kris is acting the fool. I mean, this whole episode was kind of centered around him acting the fool. But in the beginning, they have their polo event. They're supposed to be working for this huge event. And he basically decides, he says, there's an open bar and I'm going to drink. And he just decides he just doesn't care what anyone's doing or what he's supposed to be doing. All the other girls are like working their butts off, and we see Stephanie like get really frustrated about this. And she actually sits down with him and just kind of expresses her disappointment in him, which, you know, I've kind of, you know, only noticed Stephanie really in a partying element, and even
starting tonight, she like laid down the law.
Yeah.
And it looked good on her. I know it looked great. I mean, again, like we said in the beginning, it was just like everyone was party. But tonight it was so authentic. She didn't give you like, hi. No, you know what I mean? Of course she had her girls out. You know, it's all good. But she was like, listen, this is how it's going to go. Girls. And if you can't get with it, and it was believable. Yeah. That's what I love, is when a woman takes control and it's believable. I'm not saying that women don't, but in reality shows such as this, women that look like her normally are just, you know, very, they're always very sexy. But she was like, homie, let me break it down.
Get it together.
Well, I was wondering from earlier episodes, like how they take her seriously, because from what we've seen, like I'm sure she's a great manager and technically, you know, she's their boss. But from what we've seen on the show, like she's always partying with them, where she kind of lets things slide and she doesn't take things too seriously. So it's like when something does go down, you know, they might always think that they can get over on her, which is clearly what we saw today, what Kris was trying to do. So I'm glad that she finally took that higher role and, you know, laid it down.
Handle business.
And we saw it again. Her and Morgan got into a little bit of an argument. Clearly, we know that Morgan doesn't handle stress very well, to say the least. And so she was just stressed out that she was doing all the work and everyone else was kind of like not. And Stephanie, actually, this is something that would kind of annoy me, because I feel like when I'm frustrated, there's little things, little jabs that people could say that would just totally push my buttons.
Over the edge.
And
Totally.
Stephanie said, someone give her a shot, please. No wonder people quit on her all the time. That is just like, whoa, low blow. But
that's a below the belter.
Totally, right?
No, okay, hold on. I'm sorry, Jess, but no, it's not, because Morgan is always hitting below the belt, calling people idiots, stupid. You can't handle your job. She's always throwing. She doesn't throw someone under the bus. She throws you under the bus, reaches around, pulls you out again, and throws you under the bus.
But her
insults
are like surface, though.
Yeah, she's always like that. It's not like in the heat of a moment. And this, like saying something like someone like relax, you need a shot. That's like as bad as telling a girl like, are you PMSing, or is it that time? You know, like that makes me so mad when people say that. When I'm already heated for whatever reason, I mean, that kind of undermines the reason that you're upset in the first place, and it kind of makes it seem like it's no big deal, and you're just like uptight, and yeah, exactly. Right. So I was kind of caught off guard from that coming from Stephanie as the boss. I thought that was a little inappropriate.
Yeah, you know, I can understand that, because you should always take the high road, especially being you know, wearing the managerial hat. But on the flip side, someone needs to check Morgan. She's, I mean, how can you be that unpleasant 24/7? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You can't. Okay, look, we in an industry where we have to interact with people, you have to put on that game face, and you have to be just that social person and personable.
Definitely.
Morgan is just blunt and brash and abrasive, and just so. I don't care if it's a cultural thing. You acquiesce and you become what you need.
Big word, acquiesce.
And I can spell it
too.
Can
you define
that, dictionary?
But no, when in Rome, you act like the Romans, right?
Yeah.
It's like, Morgan.
Okay, well, if that's the case, all these people are acting out of line at work. Like, every single one of them is like completely out of line.
Well, in all seriousness, though, I mean, what Morgan's attitude is obviously scaring people away. So I guess the real issue between Morgan and Stephanie that wasn't brought up until later in the episode was that Morgan has had 3 of her chefs up and quit on her.
Sushi chef.
And she didn't say anything about it.
And she didn't tell Stephanie.
She's like,
so,
secrets.
yeah. But and she definitely can't like work for someone else with that like I don't care attitude all the time.
Yeah.
Because something like that is a huge deal. And it's beyond me that it could kind of go under the surface, under the radar of Stephanie or Nathan's nose. But so anyway, they kind of sit down, they have it out. I was kind of surprised that there weren't more like war of words exchanged.
I know, like a cafe, like,
yeah, like that's a big deal. I mean, Morgan didn't get she didn't get any kind of punishment or, you know, like maybe suspended from work or I don't know, like a strike. Apparently she gives out strikes. So
yeah.
I mean, you get it's a point system.
Too.
Yeah.
But you know what? It could be that. I think overall, Stephanie realizes how valuable Morgan is. And so she's like, okay, fine. Like, it's just like when you argue, I shouldn't say like so much, I'm sorry. It's like,
I say like all the time.
It's
like,
a California thing. When you argue with a friend, you love this person. You know, it's just you're venting and it's done. After it's said and done, you realize the validity this person has in your life. I think that was the situation with Morgan and Stephanie. Stephanie realizes, hey, Morgan gets it done. Morgan is a valuable asset to the Catalina. And so this is just me releasing steam. It'll all be cool. It's nothing. It's not that big a deal. And I think that's why she said the comment. You know, it was like a family thing. You know when you follow your brother and sister wrong, it was just a low blow that you say, but you really don't mean.
Yeah. Well, it was weird to me because while they were talking in Morgan's interview, she did say, you know, I really look at Stephanie as a mother figure and I really respect her. But the way that they talk to each other, it's hard to believe that, you know, like, because even when Morgan was yelling at Stephanie, I'm like, I would never talk to my boss like that. And I've been friends with bosses before, you know.
Morgan, I feel like goes at it with Nathan too. She just goes at it with everybody. She has like no filter.
If I didn't know any better, I would think Morgan was the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just think that I just want someone to kind of put Morgan in check, not in a mean way, but just be like, look, like you have to work on your attitude, like adjust a little because it's really hard to deal with. And especially if it's making people not want to work there anymore.
I mean, you're running people out of the Catalina. Right? You know? It's a money thing now. You're messing with my coins, girl. It's a money thing.
So anyway, before the show started today, we were all talking about how we want to go shopping. Yes. I plan to go this weekend. Woo, so excited. Anyway, just want to remind our AfterBuzz listeners out there that if you do plan to do any kind of online shopping, you should go to Amazon.com. And in order to do that, you should go to our AfterBuzzTV.com website. There's a very visible, big, easy link on the right corner that allows you to go directly to Amazon, and it really, really helps us out, and we would love you forever. So, anyway, Dee Dee.
Go get your goods there.
Yeah, so go to Amazon. Dee Dee's gotten the most airtime ever tonight. I'm so happy for her breakout role.
I mean, she needs an Emmy for her performance tonight because this is the most we've actually seen her blink, talk, walk, breathe. Yeah.
I know. It's so amazing.
And it's all about boobs.
Yes.
Boobs, boobs, boobs.
First of all, okay, before we get started on the boob subject, can I just say yet again, yes, teacher, over here, teacher.
Time out.
Well, I was an ADD kid, so I learned to raise my hand because, you know, you blurt out things when you have ADD. I was like, so this is
and you have such a proper wave. Like,
yeah, it's like the pageant.
It's very pageant.
It's very pageant.
You should do Mr. California.
Why does the CW insist on showing the most unattractive body shots ever of the tenants or the guests at the Catalina? I don't understand this.
They were just focusing on the breasts.
Oh, you saw a gut. You saw some saggy boobs. I mean, it's just like
there was an array of
the
body
madness.
types.
It was like hashtag super dramatic end of the world epic fail.
Not everybody can have.
It's just a way to show that the Catalina is real.
They're real
people
with real
in their real lives and just trying to enjoy their day.
Whatever. You buy that fluff. Go
but it was a little awkward that Dee Dee and Nancy were just sitting at the outdoor bar
boob watching
with all of the people there just pointing at people's boobs. Like, I like her boobs. No, I like her boobs. No, I like her boobs. That was kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dee Dee wants to get a boob job. Talking about weird, I think it's weird that Dee Dee is so like announcing it.
Right?
Like she was just like telling everyone, like, I can't wait to get my boobs done. I can't wait to get my boobs done, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I guess people are going to know regardless of if she announces it or not, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things that because she hasn't really had any airtime, this was probably like she knew that she had to talk about it and be loud and proud. But I mean, I definitely have a couple friends who've had their boobs done, and it's not an announcement process.
Well, I mean, she probably
everybody.
Hello.
This was probably a big deal for her, and you know, it was a life-changing decision. That I mean, breast augmentation has been the key to success of a lot of people. Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey. I mean, people get their boobs done and they become a whole different people.
That is not the key to
following down that path of success. First it's the boobs, then it's the husband, then it's twins by in vitro or whatever. It's just that's what you do when you're a reality TV star. And I'm glad that Dee Dee finally decided to take some control and make sure that she got the airtime she rightfully deserved.
Yeah. Do you guys think that she really believes that getting her boobs will make her perfect?
No.
I mean, living in South Beach, maybe because everybody has that, I guess.
She was perfect before, though.
Yeah, she's for sure cute
gorgeous.
before.
Well,
that just sounds like a little like insecurity issue.
Yeah.
The way that she was
it is.
talking about it.
Well, she I think she said that too. Like, she's
like, I just want to be able to take off my shirt and be perfect and perky.
She's like, it may be because I live in South Beach, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm still getting it.
In her defense, though, I'm for doing whatever it takes for you to feel good about yourself, as long as you're not hurting
But is she
yourself.
doing it only because she lives in South Beach?
But no, I'm sure. I gather from what she was talking about that she probably, this is an issue that she's thought about in her young adulthood, that she wanted boobs. What was more awkward was that she was really going in depth about her boobs, in depth about her boobs with Stephanie.
Yeah.
They were like having a girl.
Of all people, like, she went to Stephanie to get advice about her boobs. I mean, hello. I mean, we see Stephanie's boobs every day, every hour.
And they're glorious. They're amazing.
Yes. But
they're nice and perky.
It was like, okay, I know I always talk about moments that I would have liked to see, but I think that this would have been a cool scene to have maybe Dee Dee bring in a friend or a family member and add some kind of like personal
world about
variety.
Yeah, you know, because I just find it hard to believe that she would, of all people in her life, go to her boss and be like, "Will you come with me to get my boobs?" And how did you like your experience?
But they're probably friends. We forget there's probably a super duper backstory there. You know,
I mean, she does know exactly the process.
Yeah.
She knows like what to expect, what to go through. She had a good doctor.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love how after you. I guess I've had friends who've had breast augmentation, and I love how Dee Dee was in like a Juicy Couture suit in the bed afterwards and just all zipped up.
Zip it down.
Yeah, I was like, that's not how you're going to look sweetie, after you get a boob job. She's like, can you tell? No, we can't tell because you're wearing a fur coat.
And the funniest thing was that they were like, look at them, and you could actually see her skin. And when you're like immediately after you've gotten your boobs done, you're so wrapped up to here, that's just not possible to see any skin whatsoever. So
yeah, that was probably
like Janet
the
Jackson
next
Rhythm
day
Nation.
or
Just
something.
turtleneck.
So I wonder. I mean, I didn't think that her boobs were that small, to be honest.
I thought she had a great body, great everything. She was perfect. She's to me the most beautiful cast member of the Catalina this season, for sure.
Yeah,
she's always very natural, always she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
she's gorgeous. And I mean, if she needed boobs to make herself feel better, I'm for that because you only have one life to live. For whatever reason, so I say more power to
I don't think she's the most gorgeous on the show.
For sure.
Yeah, he's been raving about Dee Dee since
like
episode
fan club number one.
Dee Dee,
fan
he's your
club
biggest
alert.
fan.
I have a girl
Stalker
crush
alert.
on Dee Dee. No. I'm not friends with her on Facebook yet. So
Yes.
It's not Facebook official.
But after today, we'll be friends with her on Twitter.
She follows AfterBuzz on Twitter already.
OMG. And you know that
because we chit chat a lot on Twitter.
You crack me up. So yeah, I wonder if she will show. I wonder if next week she will lift up her shirt for all the guys,
Let's hope
she's
so.
been wanting to, and her dreams will come true, and they'll all tell her that she's perfect. Right?
They better.
That would be a great finale.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So AfterBuzz fans, would you please be so kind to leave us some great comments and ratings on iTunes? It really helps us out. Also, check us out on YouTube if you want to see video and pretty faces. And also, we have some really cool news. Apple just released their podcast app today, and that makes it a lot easier to access us on iTunes, and it makes it a lot easier to give us ratings and to just listen to the podcast on your phone. So listen to us all day, every day. AfterBuzz. We have over 100 shows, and we are super duper cool. So we want to be in your ear all the time, for sure.
For sure.
So
let's get back to Kris with a K.
Oh, dude, he got super duper creepy this episode.
I mean, I'm like speechless. This guy is like so weird.
Well, I was pro Kris with the K and Nancy.
I was too.
In the beginning, I believe. That
I knew from the beginning that
not
they were...
Kris and Nancy, but Kris was cool.
I mean, I
cool,
believe
dude.
their love would stand the test of time.
Oh yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. Just
totally.
But
Tell us
all this. Woo, woo, woo.
What are you
doing?
For all you listeners, that was Jason's attempt to sing. Sound like a dying bird.
They're all in the studio with this, like the one thing, like, woo. Yeah, give me. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And I'm doing the Mariah fingers too.
You guys have to check this out on YouTube because it is way too funny. So Kris is so creepy. Where do we even begin? First off, talking about Nancy and him working together. They were working at the pool.
Yeah, strike one was right during the polo match when Vicky had to go get him from that girl. They were like making out over there or something.
Yeah.
Strike two.
These playmates who I'm finding it hard to believe that they're really playmates, but
yeah, homegirl's hair was nappy.
Nasty.
That color was not found in nature.
It was like the same color as her
cup.
swimsuit.
It was so gross.
It's like acid yellow.
So gross. I'm like
acid yellow.
Foul.
Puking in my mouth.
Disgusting. Your hair color is abhorrent.
Carmela, give her some tips on being blonde.
Honey, go to a salon. First of all, I don't know what you're doing over there, though. I have no idea what she was doing with her hair.
Seriously.
Ain't cute, though.
Ain't cute,
Nast alert, for sure. So, yeah, they're at the bar. He's supposed to be working with Nancy, and him and David go talk to these two girls. One girl doesn't even know how to communicate. She's just like... and then the other girl, the playmate, Kris is like, they're on the lawn chair. Kris is rubbing her back, and then they're making out. It's just like he just makes out. What did Nancy say? That like any girl with the
vagina.
Oh, there's no kids listening.
I'm surprised Kris doesn't have mono or something by now.
I know. Or like herpes, like of the mouth or something.
He should have had mono
gross.
so many times it's stereo.
He probably goes home and immediately like gargles.
It took me a while, but I got it.
Thank you.
I'm still
Carmela's like, why are you guys laughing?
I'm lost. What's so funny?
Nothing. Go, Jessica, continue.
He said, Kris should have monos. Wait, you did better.
You know better.
I stole that from Santana on Glee. She's like, I've had mono so many times, I'm in stereo.
Oh my gosh, you're so... You still don't get it? Okay, moving on. We'll fill you in during the commercial.
Yeah, commercial break. We'll hook you up.
So anyway, Kris is gross. Nancy is like pissed, but it kind of seems more like jealousy to me. Like she's like freaking out. She starts talking about how she looks better than this girl, which by the way, it's kind of weird that this girl is just sitting on the top of the bar at this point.
It's not even like allowed, is it?
I really hope that they're like hammered or something because oof.
I feel okay. Here's the thing about Nancy. I'm sorry, I was crying. I thought that joke was so funny. I think Nancy's just done.
It wasn't that funny.
She's done, and this girl is coming for her on her territory. You know, she's like on her man, and I'm sure off camera, Kris with a K and Psycho Nancy have had other relations, and they probably had something more going on. Then Kris reverts back to his douchebag status, and then you have this blonde chick all up in her area. She's like, no, I'm done with this.
But
just
she's
disrespectful.
I am totally on Nancy's team with all this.
I am
like,
too.
get it, girl. She like went to town on her.
Yeah, but I feel like
Rightfully so.
Nancy, I feel like Nancy has a right to be upset, but I feel like she doesn't channel it properly, and so for
Yeah, she
me,
just
it doesn't
wigged
come
out.
up. It doesn't come off as her just genuinely being over it and fed up and upset. It comes off as her being jealous.
And
like
immature.
when she starts like talking smack to whatever girl, like she always without fail will start talking smack about those girls to their face. And it's like, if you really didn't care, then it shouldn't be like, well, I look better than you, and if I was slutty enough to wear that bikini, then I would, like whatever.
And she
you know?
goes off on Kris too.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of an immature. Like, if she were really fed up and over it, then it's like, just don't talk to him. But then, like, to storm off and be like, "I'm going home," like she just did it.
Yeah,
she
that
didn't
was a
present
little
herself
much.
well.
But he shouldn't be doing that. First of all,
I agree.
at work
I
or
agree
right
that
in
he
front of her
shouldn't be
face.
doing that,
That
but-
is rude.
Or
I feel like
Chris
she
with a
says
K is
one
a rude
thing,
dude.
like actions speak louder than words, and I
sure.
feel like her actions are showing that there's still something there and that she's jealous from her actions. Up until this episode, which we'll get into when they went out to party at nighttime. But I'm talking about like her actions throughout
During
these
the
past
day?
couple episodes and today at the daytime pool bar, whatever. But then we did see another side of her when they went out and on the party bus, and Kris was groping her and just kind of being really gross and touching her inappropriately. But this is another thing. At first, she was like laughing and totally going along with it.
And into
And
it.
then
But
it's
then
just
it
like
probably
something just
got
snapped
overboard.
inside
like
of her.
It was too much.
Yeah. But the way I see it, it's like, choose a side and stick to it because I can't read her.
Her vacillation is just not.
Oh my gosh, you and your words. I've never heard that
Do
word
you
in
have
my
like a
life.
dictionary under
No,
there?
Her vacillation.
Viewers at home, I am more than just a pretty face.
Is that
Mind
like the brother of Vaseline?
to vacillate. Well,
vacillate.
I am a Libra, and Libras are known to vacillate. I mean, go back and forth,
Oh,
so-
okay.
But
I'm so bad with
yeah.
vocab.
Nancy's just. I feel like Nancy, like you said, Jessica. She just needs to take a stance, and say, okay, this is either I'm in love with you, Kris. I'm gonna deal with all your whatever, or I'm like, oh, it's over. It's a wrap. And again, yes, on the bus. Oh, she was partying it up, happy. Ooh, yeah, they had like LMFAO playing. They were like just going to town, and all of a sudden,
Shut.
all of a sudden, it's like she's Sybil. She's like 5 different people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't know which one you're gonna get.
Well, he was like squeezing her and stuff, where before it was probably playful. Then he just got too into it, probably.
I couldn't from the point that she was going along with it to the point that she snapped and was over it, I couldn't even tell the transition. Like when she was on the floor initially, she was like, it's like, stop it! It's like, what just happened?
I know, right? It's like she flipped out.
Yeah, and then she was like cursing at the camera guy, and she was just like a
was
totally different
hilarious.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
F you, camera guy.
F you, camera
Like, whoa, sister.
Get it,
Dramatic
girl.
music.
Take a shot. Too bad Stephanie wasn't there to tell her to take a shot and relax.
Hang on, we totally forgot about that wrestler guy.
I
by
was
the
just
way.
Bubba and what?
Bubba?
Wait, hold on. We got their names, Bubba and ODB. The
Oh my gosh.
old dirty bitch. She said her name was.
Oh, I thought it was Old Dirty Bastard.
No.
Oh, wait, that's a
like the
rapper.
That's a
rapper.
rapper who is dead. Rest in peace, ODB. Rest
My
in peace.
bad.
You
No,
down with
oh,
ODB?
She said her name was ODB, and they work for TNA Impact. Do we ever get to
And Brooke Adams.
Yeah, the scoop on what TNA Impact meant? Is it
TNA's a wrestling association.
Wait, what is it?
A wrestling
But
association.
what's the acronym stand for?
I don't know. Crazy.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like TNA. Anyways,
I don't know. It's like, I don't know if you guys remember back a couple months back when like the Jersey Shore cast were all doing those wrestling matches, and it was all for TNA. It's like,
Gotcha.
I mean, around the same realms of WWE, but it's a different league. I don't know. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. But it's
Total-
wresling.
Total nonstop action wrestling.
thank you,
Yes.
voice
Nice.
from voice from
Bengineer.
beyond.
Thank
beyond. Did you guys hear that voice from beyond?
That was Jesus.
Yeah, so we have Bubba. Was that it?
Bubba, yeah, Bubba. And
So basically, all of these wrestlers are at this party for the weekend, this event. They're chugging bottles of Jack.
P.S. Jack Daniels, MVP of the episode.
Yeah,
Bubba.
seriously.
I mean,
Everybody was chugging.
David
Jack
tried to do it.
Daniels.
And he couldn't hang. This Bubba dude was drinking Jack like it was Kool-Aid.
And you know what's weird for me? I mean, totally like germaphobe, but they're all like sharing this bottle with these strangers, and they're slobbering on the
Again.
and it's just like, ew.
Hey, girl.
That's how they roll the
Saying, I
Catalina.
couldn't help but notice.
That's
I
how
mean,
they
it's
roll.
like hand sanitizer or something. I don't know. Can I get an alcohol swab?
Yeah,
Please,
give me the
please.
Listerine.
But yeah, like they're just like passing around this bottle and chugging it, and that, I don't know. I mean, I definitely can enjoy a good party, but that's intense. The Jack of all drinks just
Put
be
hair on your
chugging
chest.
whiskey.
But they were great though. They were pleasant.
Yeah. And then we saw, speaking of Bubba, at the end of the weekend, he was supposed to leave his room and he didn't want to check out. And the girls, Karina and Vicky, sent David to get him. And he put on this whole show. Like, he was like, I don't want to leave yet. And then his girlfriend's like, tell him to leave.
Hang
Go
on, I thought that was
away.
one of those Playboy chicks. No?
Was it? I don't know.
I think
Maybe,
so.
probably. that makes sense.
No, it wasn't. Was it? No,
No?
I don't think she no, because it wasn't her. Because the one on the bed that was with Bubba, she was not pretty.
We've got a caller.
Woohoo!
Yay!
No way, shape, or form.
Here you go, caller.
Hey.
You're online.
Hey, girl.
Vicky, how are
I got a little
you?
confused for a second. I'm like, what's going on?
Hey, Vicky.
How are ya?
Good, and you guys?
Good.
Great. Thank you so much for calling in.
What did you think of the
You're
episode
welcome.
tonight?
I actually thought it was really funny, and finally we got some drama, right?
Yeah.
Finally, yeah, some real drama.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly what we just were talking about a little while ago. We were so excited to see some drama and to see some storylines that we could follow, and we were really into it.
I enjoyed.
I know it took a little while, which is a little upsetting, but I mean, it's there.
It is there. I
Hallelujah.
enjoyed. Yeah. Amen. I enjoyed you going off on Kris tonight. That was funny.
Hey, Vicky.
Yes. I had to like literally go grab him by the arm and like a little kid, like, Kris, you need to come back to work. So
Well, speaking of Kris, what do you think of this relationship between him and Nancy? We're seeing a little bit more of an explosion these days, and we don't really know what to take from it.
I mean, what can you say? They just dated and now they broke up, and Nancy has to deal with that every day that she has to go to work. But, I mean, Kris is never going to change, and Nancy knows that. It's just a little sad when you have to go to work and you see your ex-boyfriend, like, flirting with, like, some Playboy models and whoever shows up at the bar, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but you just have to deal with it. That's what she knew was going to happen the moment she decided to go out with her coworker, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, right. Say it.
Especially with Kris, you know it's not going to last very long, so.
Is he short?
Is he short?
Because he has like cankles. He has like.
Oh my gosh,
he has knee ankles. I'm just saying he's got to be. Is he short? Because I can't tell. They all look like they're under 5 foot on the show. Are they? How tall are they?
He must be 5'9". He's not very
Really?
tall.
Oh, so he's short.
Yeah, 5'9".
I thought he was gonna be shorter
I
than
think
that.
he's 5'9" or around there.
So, Vicky, what I'm wondering is I can't really read Nancy. And sometimes I get it that she's really upset. And I get it's a really crappy situation to have to work with your ex and have to see him flirt with girls and make out with them and whatnot every day. But do you think that she's genuinely just fed up? Or is there still a little bit of feeling there, a little bit of jealousy? Because her reactions to certain things kind of throw me off a little bit.
I mean, I think we've all gone through that, you know, when you break up with somebody, like you don't want to get back together with them, but it's just not nice when you have to see them, especially with other people. Like, I don't think she has feelings for him still, like when we were filming, but it's just like not nice. I mean, I would have been mad just because, like, if somebody's doing that to me when I'm working, you know,
Well,
not even because like I have feelings for that person, but like if you're working, like do your job, you know, like.
Yeah.
Same thing with at the polo event when we were there, like picking up, like we wanted to go back to the hotel so we could go home, and Kris was just flirting with the girl in front of us, you know.
Yeah.
Like I got mad and I never went out with Kris, you know.
Yeah.
So I can imagine how Nancy was feeling when he was doing those things.
Well, what about in the beginning of the season when she kind of seemed like she was willing to give him another chance, even after she had said that she is over it and doesn't want to ever be back with him? And then they went on a date.
Yeah, again, I think we've all been through that, you know, when you have a boyfriend that you know is not good for you, and then for some reason you think that, like, he is going to change, and you, like, decide that you might give him a second chance, but then at the end, like, people don't change, you know? So I think she realized that.
So does Stephanie have to lay the smackdown pretty often? Like, tell us about what it's like working for her.
Oh, she's so awesome. Like, anything she says, we just do, because she's so sweet. She's so funny. Like, she's a little wilder in person than she is on the show.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry?
Oh, no, I was listening.
Oh, yeah. She's a little wild. She's, like, a fun person to, like, even go out, like, outside of work.
It definitely shows. It definitely comes across. She's one of my favorite characters, too. I love Stephanie.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's amazeballs.
Yes, really, really, really awesome.
How did
So we can't really complain for having her.
Yeah, that's like the best boss ever.
Seriously, chill out with your boss on the weekends after work. Holler.
Oh, yeah.
How did Dee Dee's boobs turn out?
Yeah, we want to know.
Give us
Oh
a
my
scoop.
God! Yeah, they came out really good.
Are they huge?
I think you're happy about that, right?
Yes, I am all for the Dee
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 job.
fan.
Yes, big time. I think anything
Team
Dee
Dee
Dee wants to do to herself, as long as it's not gross, I'm with it.
No, they don't look gross at all. The next episode, I think you're
We
gonna
see them?
her.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, she tweeted a picture, so you should go check it out. It's
I'm on it.
actually
I'm on it.
pretty. She tweeted a really nice picture, so you should.
So you like working at the Catalina? It's fulfilling, Vicky. I mean, you're getting
Yeah,
your
I like it.
Yeah, you get your fill
It's
of
not
hot
your
boys.
typical, like, 9-to-5 job, you know. It's definitely a little crazier than most.
Apparently, I mean, you guys are there 24 hours. It seems same clothes, same hairdo. I'm like, do they ever go home?
Well, usually we do, but when we're filming a show.
I know. Do you and Karina ever get to change your shirts? Because I feel like all the other
It's a
employees,
uniform, right?
I know, but even after hours,
Fine.
all the other employees get to, like, wear their normal clothes, and we always see you guys still in your blue shirts.
Not
They
fair.
might have
we
just got off
hate-
work.
We hate those shirts because it's really hot here in Miami, and everyone's wearing
Yeah.
like bikinis and tank tops, and we're like stuck with the long sleeve.
Well, even when you guys did the photo shoot last week, everyone had on white, and then you guys had your blue shirts on.
Oh yeah, I don't know why they didn't want us to change, but you know that's how it is.
Yeah, tell Nathan
when
to
did
give
they
you some
have the
tank
white?
tops.
Oh, the red and white, you mean?
Yeah, well, in one of the episodes, but you also looked. I mean, they got to wear bikinis in the Betty Banks fashion show,
That's true.
Oh.
and you were working that runway, Vicky.
I was actually
Pummeling.
so stressed that day because they said that we're gonna do our hair and makeup. So we're like, okay. So we literally went with our hair wet and not like no makeup at all. So when we get there, we see all the other models like with their hair done and their makeup, and I'm like, wait, what? So they're like, oh no, we're not doing your hair or anything. So
I would have
was,
walked
like,
off set.
stressed already. Huh?
Oh my gosh.
So you had to get ready real
Oh,
quick. You had to do your own hair and makeup.
Yeah, and then some girl finally agreed to do my makeup, and like
Some random.
everybody was already ready, like lining up outside because we had to like walk through an alley to go back through the back door. So everybody was already outside, and they were still doing my makeup. And I'm the kind of
Wow.
person that I don't look good with a lot of makeup. So when I looked at myself, I'm like, fuck. Sorry, I don't know.
All good.
And then I was already stressed that everybody was like outside already. They were still doing my makeup. I didn't like how I came out. So I seriously came out, and they didn't show this, but I actually took David's drink because I was so
And
stressed.
chugged it?
Like
You go.
I like when I got to
Hardcore.
the end of
Liquid
the
courage.
runway, and I took David's drink, and then I went backstage, and then Betty Banks was like, "Oh, super classy," and I'm like, "Oh my god, like you are, you know?"
She was
Oh,
wasted
yeah.
too.
Who? Betty Bangs? Who is that anyways?
Yeah, who
dude?
is this Betty Banks
Like,
girl? What's her
what?
story?
She was just, oh my god, out of
An
control.
animal.
A mess.
Yeah, we know. We gathered that from the episode. So you were just
Yeah.
mentioning, you know, that we didn't see that part. And we were actually really surprised to find out that the finale is coming up next week. And we always talk about things that are edited and, you know, what we see in the reality of everything. What are some things from your shooting experience that you don't feel like we're getting to see?
Well, talking about the fashion show, we were talking about how tiny the bikinis were or whatever, and they didn't really show the back of the bikini. That was
to show
the
some
tiny
booty?
part. So,
Was it like
so
thong
that's what we were
style?
like complaining about, and they didn't show it. So we looked a little stupid talking about how how tiny the bikinis were, and they didn't show it. So that's one thing. And then I think with Karina and I, they really didn't show how we interacted with the guests. You know, they just kind of show how like we checked them in and that's it.
Yeah.
But we really like the people that agreed to be on camera. We really like spent some time talking to them. You know, so a lot of that didn't air.
Was it like crazy conversation, or like what was like so good about these conversations? No, like,
was
like
so- was
no,
it riveting?
that
Anything
came out wrong.
dramatic?
Yeah. Like, was
Compelling
it
dialogue.
like, did they get crazy?
Well,
What are we
today
missing
with
out?
the Playboy models, we were talking to them, and they were telling us how, well, they were so dumb, first of all. And I don't mean to be like mean or
Shocking.
anything,
Shocker.
but I think everybody would agree. And when we were checking them in, we were asking them, like, what do they do? And they were like, oh, yeah, we're models, and we go to rockstar school. I'm like, what?
What?
They go to- wait, rock star school?
Yeah, like, I'm like, okay. So things like that, like, we were making fun of them, like, so much, and to their face, and they didn't know. Like, they wouldn't notice, you know? And then when they were checking out, one of them actually said, I want to work here at the pool bar. And I'm like, oh, awesome, you know, because if you go to rockstar school, I'm sure you qualify. So talk to Morgan about that. And she's like, okay.
God, I wish we could have seen that.
That's like sending you like out to
Yeah.
war.
They
Talk to
don't.
Morgan.
I feel like they don't show enough of you. If those
Yeah.
are the things you're saying, you need more airtime because that's funny.
Yeah, they definitely don't show a lot of the things
Spin-off.
that Crane and I talked about at the front desk.
That's funny.
Well, speaking of Morgan, what is she like in real life? Because I feel like we only see this one-dimensional, like, mean girl, but I'm sure there's a lot more to her.
Monotone.
Yeah.
She is really mean when you first meet her. And
No, she's
I'm not
mean.
going to lie. I was so intimidated when I met her, and I was a little scared, you know. But when you do get to know her and, like, you're friends with her, she's actually very sweet. Like,
I can see
she
that.
could have, like, 5 minutes of being sweet, and then she'll go back to being mean.
She has
But-
her moments. Well,
yeah, but like I don't even take it personal. Like that day, this episode, she was like screaming at us at the polo event, and I don't even take it personal. I just like
You just deal
don't
with
care,
it.
you know,
She
because
just
that's how
gets
she is,
stressed.
and I don't
You
like
deal
if
with
Morgan's
it.
screaming at me, I'm like okay, you know, because I know that's what she does all the time, so I can't.
She
can't
does
take
do
it
that
like
a lot.
personal.
At least she's consistent, right? You know what to expect.
sorry?
You said I'm saying Morgan. At least she's consistent. I mean that goes
Yeah.
for something in this industry. She's consistently a biatch, so
Yeah.
I mean it's no big deal. You know what to expect.
well,
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
go ahead.
definitely like that.
So talk to us about Karina and David. What do you feel? How you feeling about that?
I mean, I don't like feel anything about like I have nothing. Well,
Are you into it? Are you
well,
happy
you were a
for
little.
her?
You seemed a little annoyed last week when he was working the front desk. Tell us about that a little bit.
it wasn't like that I was annoyed, you know, it was just awkward and funny at the same time to like hear David say all the things he was saying, you know, because he was like trying to be all cute and stuff. And well, he is a cute guy, you know, like I love David, but it's just like, okay, like what the hell? You're going to take her to like a musical? Like, oh my God. I just thought like it was a little cheesy, you know, but no, I mean, he's a great guy, and Crane is obviously my best friend. So
Aw.
if they can figure it out, then good for
More
them.
power to them.
Has Kris with a K ever flirted with you? Tried to take you out? pick you
Yeah,
up
when
on
are we
you?
gonna
Moved.
see you with some boys?
No, we've never like been out, but
But he's
yeah,
tried.
he definitely flirts with everybody, not just me.
the
creeper.
Tangles.
Yeah,
But then again, it's like Morgan. Since they're always like that, I can't take it seriously. I just laugh.
Touche.
All right. Well, we're going to cut to a commercial. But before we say goodbye, with the season finale coming up next week, we want to get a little insight from you on what you predict for, the big goodbye. What are some...
Well, you saw the commercial. We have the little ghost hunting experience, which, by the way, was the craziest thing I've done. To this day, I'm like, still thinking about it, like, was that real or not? Like, I don't know, but it's pretty crazy. So you're gonna get to see that, and then maybe Kris and Stephanie kiss.
Oh yeah, we did see that.
Yeah,
That'll be interesting.
He's nuts.
that is pretty interesting. And then these boobs,
Ooh.
you're gonna show us.
Jason's very excited.
But I mean, I want to see them. I don't want to see blurs.
OMG.
Hey, my mom does boobs.
Well, I think it would be...
check out that picture she tweeted.
Wait, so that's an
She
actual
tweeted?
boob shot on Twitter?
She tweeted like her picture, her boobs. Yeah,
Well, good for her. She paid enough money for them. The world should see them.
of course. That's what you do them
awesome.
for, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jason, log on to Twitter right now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vicky,
Yeah, thank
for
you.
calling. Really appreciate
You're
it. We know that
welcome.
you're 3 hours ahead, so it's pretty late out
Yeah.
there for you. So we really appreciate you
I
staying
know I
up
had
for
to
us.
drink some coffee to stay up.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we're big fans of you and your show. We're rooting for season 2, and we really appreciate you
Thank
calling
you.
in. Have a
Good
good
night.
night.
Bye, Vicky.
Bye, guys. Thank you for
Bye.
having me.
We'll
Bye.
be right back after commercial.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man. No, I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AfterBuzz TV. And why? Because AfterBuzz TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows, like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AfterBuzz TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Okay, loving that commercial.
Yeah, like, who is
Give
that
him a
guy?
holler.
Give him a holler.
Tyrell Mossler.
Bacon is good. Bacon's real good.
Yeehaw! Actually, I do love country music. So
I do love
shouldn't.
bacon
I
as
do
well,
too.
so I shut up. Bacon's great. Bacon is life.
Oh
Have
my
you
gosh,
tried
like
to
those
juice it?
commercials about bacon. Bacon.
My
bacon,
baby loves
bacon.
those commercials. He's always like, dude, listen to this commercial. It's so funny. Bacon changes lives. Bacon.
You guys are cray.
Yeah, we're crazy.
I like
super
turkey
great.
bacon. All right, let's get into some predictions.
Dun, dun, dun.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Wait, predictions for what? For the last
For
the finale?
Yeah, the finale.
Oh, okay. For
And
the
let's
season?
predict everything. Do we think it's going to be picked up for season 2? What do we think we'll see next week? What do we hope we'll see? Give it to me.
Give me a beat. I think, I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I honestly don't feel that Catalina will be back for a season 2. It just
Not
was,
next summer? No.
No, it wasn't strong enough of a. There was nothing was compelling or riveting about the show to make it to warrant it to return. It's not Keeping Up with the Kardashians where they have beautiful girls and stuff like that. No, it was a great filler. It was a great. Oh, this is past the time watching the Catalina, but there was nothing in it that was just like memorable at all. Dee Dee's boob job was probably the most memorable thing that's happened this season, and that's not even memorable.
Yeah, where would they take season 2? You
Right.
think?
I honestly don't know.
I'd love to see season 2.
Me too.
I would be excited to see where they brought it though.
It's like maybe if they took it to a different hotel, since it's a chain of hotels,
Yeah.
and then it would be a totally different cast. But then the network would risk the same exact, having to start over, having to gain the liking of a whole new group of people.
Right.
And I mean, look, I was reading the ratings, and last week the ratings finally spiked like by 0.2, but that was like 4 weeks in, and now it's over, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I feel like they should all either like move into the hotel together or like move into a house and maybe film it that way.
I think that there's one thing that they need for this to work: storylines. They need storylines.
It should be
and
like,
I mean, everyone loves to party, everyone loves to have a good time, but let's be real, like that's not anyone's real life every day. No one ever has a problem in the world.
The storyline is Nathan is the producer and the owner, and he's trying to get people to his hotel.
Exactly. But also, like, in terms of reality and research and studies of why reality TV works so much is that people like to tap into something that they can relate to. And I mean, I guess like if I go out on a Saturday afternoon, which sometimes I will go to a pool party, maybe I'll be like, oh, I feel like I'm at the Catalina. But I mean, today, sitting here right now, I'm not like, oh, that reminds me of, you know, a time when such
again,
and such.
forgettable, and drama.
And it's like no like GTL or no like catchphrases.
There's nothing that catchphrases
and drama. The drama's the drama. I have a drama meter.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a scale of 1 to 5. The Catalina drama is like barely bubbling over a 1. The kind of drama that this show needs, there needs to be like, and I don't condone violence, but there's nothing.
Be a shooting up in here.
There's nothing more entertaining than a girl cat fight. You know, hair being pulled, maybe like, I don't know, a drink being thrown in someone's face.
Hoosier.
Yeah,
anything Hoosier.
Consecutive cuss words being bleeped out back to back to back. That's all. Those are all elements that need to be right in a reality TV show. But the CW is very wholesome. It's a wholesome network. This was kiddie reality.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I think it's unfortunate for them that they are being so closely compared to Jersey Shore. So if that's the case, they're going to constantly be compared to Jersey Shore. They like really have to bring it, and they're not bringing it. Like Jersey Shore in 5 minutes can have 5 fights, and you know that's what's going to get my attention. And I don't know.
You know, it'd be hot. So I'm in my mind right now. I'm writing the finale. What would happen in next week's show? Morgan would burn down Catalina. Nancy would tell Kris that she's pregnant with Kris with the K's baby.
Oh,
David would come out and say that he was gay, and that him and Ayal were secretly all in a relationship. Dee Dee actually became a man.
Her boob will burst.
She becomes a man. Transgendered, and Vicky and
Karina,
they go back to Venezuela or something like that.
They're not both from Venezuela,
but they're best friends. They're inseparable.
And there we go.
And the finale.
Jason, that was impressive. Like you just thought of all of that in 2 seconds.
Agents, you can find me at Jason.
I mean, it took them 6 weeks to get to that, and we still haven't even seen it yet. You just did it in 2 minutes.
I mean, that's why they hire us. Say it.
Boom.
Hashtag.
Boom.
The
Done
boom.
and done.
Take a big whiff.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. OMG. You're so funny. All right, we'll wait and see for next week and see how it turns out. Jason is not going to be here with us.
Kaori will be back though.
Yay!
And thank you again, Vicky, for calling in. We love you.
Yes, thank you so much. Find us on Twitter. Again, give us some ratings on iTunes. Check out the new Apple Podcast app where you can find our iTunes podcast even easier. Tell us what you think. Check us out on YouTube. Leave us comments, guys. Give us a rating. It really helps us out. And more importantly, we love to hear your feedback. We want to know what you're thinking. Do you like the show? Do you like us on the show? What do you want to change? What do you want to do differently? We take everything to heart, and it really means a lot to us. Tweet at me. Find me at I am Jessica King.
Oh, it's me. Hey,
sorry about my speech there.
Wow, Jess, long-winded. Just kidding, baby. Hey, AfterBuzz, you can find me at JJC Forever on Twitter and on Facebook. Jason J Carter, like me, like my fan page, become my friend on Facebook. I'm all about it.
Vomit.
And what up? You can find me at Carmela Mondello as I hit his mic, trying to be like
She's
him.
Like, get out the way.
Woo! At Carmela Mondello, CarmelaMondello.
Until next time.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.